Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? Sammy, United People's TV, it's the start of a new week. No, we've not completed any signings yet, but Mason Mount is at Carrington completing his medical, and we should be getting an announcement to confirm Mount within the next few days. I'm going to be speaking about Rasmus Hojlund this morning. I'm going to be speaking about Andre Onana. We spoke on Saturday, and he was up there with bid imminent next to his name. Might have to rub the word imminent out and just say the bid might be coming, because that is the exact same situation that we are in now that we were a couple of days ago. A couple of reports from Italy, tentative reports suggesting that we have put in a bid for Hojlund that has been rejected. I'll run through all of that. We'll speak a little bit about the takeover. There's not really much of an update to bring you, but that's the conversation point. We announced the winner of last month's raffle on Friday. I'll announce it again. Actually, on Saturday, sorry. Announce it again this morning. And also, as you can see down here, by a happy Garnacho, you can see what this month's giveaway, raffle prize is. And there's other talking points to run through. It's always busy on a Monday. Let's go. Who's down in the comments? Alex, good morning to you. Got Sorinola, Tyrell. We've got John Neal. How you doing, buddy? Alex Raha, you're there as well. Cedric, Matt Frost. How you doing, man? We've got some new posters on the wall here. One for the holiday there. One for the holiday down there as well. Hey, look, it's summer, man. It's a holiday vibe. Sigmund, you're there saying we need more. We need lots more. Yes, we do need more. Now, to kick off the show, as I said, let me quickly announce the winner of the 50-inch Samsung 4K TV and the Bose soundbar. And that was Charlie Morrison. Now, I've already got contact with Charlie. He's absolutely, understandably, he is buzzing. He bought one ticket. So he's won a 50-inch 4K TV and a Bose soundbar for £1. It really is cool. But congratulations to Charlie. And I hope you enjoy it. And then now, this month's raffle is even bigger. As I think I've maintained this from the very, very start. Prizes will get bigger and bigger every single month, as long as everybody enters the raffle and they enjoy it. This month, we're going to be giving £700 of vouchers towards your own summer holiday. I thought it was a nice prize to do because this raffle will run until the end of July, and the winner will get announced at the start of August. So during the summer holidays. So this could potentially be a summer holiday for you and your partner, you and your family, whatever. You can decide to spend it how you want to, but all you need to do is enter the raffle. I've just dropped the link in there, and good luck. But let's kick into the show now. Actually, one more announcement I want to make here. I want to say congratulations to David De Gea, who got married to Adern over the weekend. Obviously, it was a big weekend for him from a professional perspective because he became a free agent. Man United will, of course, be entering talks with David De Gea over a potential new deal when he's back from his honeymoon. But congratulations to David De Gea. And there was a class little picture that came out yesterday of Mata, Herrera, and De Gea. Obviously, Mata and Herrera both at the wedding. It was just a nice photo. I enjoyed it. Vicky, you're saying, I'm guessing you're recommending Amsterdam for the trip. Hell yeah. I'd recommend Amsterdam to anybody. If Amsterdam is the sort of place where if you want to go crazy, you can go crazy. But if you want to have a cultural weekend, you can also have that too. You can have any type of weekend you want there. But look, you can also go to Brazil. I mean, good luck getting to Brazil with £700. Or maybe you can, on your own anyway. But big up to Stan Chow, of course. I love all of these photos that he does. Now, in more frustrating news, I don't know what way to describe the takeover anymore. Honestly, I don't. The Glazers are still waiting. Still have not made a decision. I mean, what more could you say? Well, it is now 6 weeks away from our first game in the Premier League season. We are 9 days away from our first preseason game. As it stands, we've got no signings confirmed. We've got Mason Mount that's basically confirmed. We've got no takeover that's been completed. And to say that it's going to impact our season next season is the understatement of the century. I can't say with any sort of confidence when we're going to get an announcement. No confidence at all. I still, I look at this now, and I have done for a good while now, that I don't see the benefit to them dragging it out any longer. It's not going to change the options on the table. Or maybe they still think it will. And that's something that I don't understand. They still think that they can just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Oh, there's another bid coming in. Lovely. Not quite enough. Let's wait a little bit longer. I don't know. It's painful because we need to prepare for next season. And when you see this, all right, I think this is a real just City have just won the treble and they're now going to go and sign out Gvardiol and throw him in that back three. That is a statement of intent. They obviously went after Declan Rice too, but they didn't want to match Arsenal's, was it 105 million overall? So if City were the best team in the world last year, and they were, that's why they won the treble, they've now gone out and they're going to sign Gvardiol, who is, yeah, he's a baller. Absolutely no mistakes about that. And it's just, if the intention this season, I think we all agree, look, we don't need to do predictions yet. We'll do predictions after the transfer window, after we know how good our summer window has been, X, Y, Z. That's when we'll do our predictions. But the expectation next season is that Manchester United can hopefully compete for the Premier League. That's what we all want as United fans next season. We finished in the top 4. We got back into the Champions League, and that was the progression from where we were before. And now we want to compete for the Premier League. We want to see if, I don't know, get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. If we can do that. That's going to be the intention. But for City and how far ahead they were last year, to them going out now and signing Gvardiol, oi. And Newcastle being Newcastle, Liverpool spending big, signing 2 players already, and apparently after Romeo Lavia as well. And the Premier League is just going to be hyper competitive on a ridiculous level, because the money involved in the Premier League now is just, well, it's blowing everyone out the water. Let's talk about our signings, right? Transfers. We're going to speak about Mount now. We're going to speak about Onana. We're going to speak about Hojlund. They are the 3 main talking points as it stands. All right. Well, one thing I want to say at the start here, another little moan. Like, I know what Elon Musk is trying to do with Twitter. He's trying to make money out of it. My word, he is killing the user experience. I was nearly late this morning because I use Twitter quite a bit to make sure I keep on top of all the news everywhere, and TweetDeck just doesn't work. TweetDeck is a tool you can use to look at multiple Twitter timelines at once, so it helps absorb loads more news in there far more efficiently. Now you got to do it all completely separately, mate. Deary me. I use that all the time. I have no idea what he's. I know exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to make more money out of it, but you can't kill the user experience of something. And I'm hoping it's a temporary measure. I really am. Anyway, rant over. Let's speak about Mason Mount, right? We know full well that he is going to be undergoing his medical today at Carrington. He's going to sign that 5-year deal, 5+1. I think it could be a 6-year contract. And there's pictures emerging of him coming to Carrington for his medical. But I tell you what, let's open that image here. Go a little bit closer. Well, that's not Mason Mount. Don't know whether Mason Mount's hiding behind one of the seats, most likely, and he's just shoved someone in the middle seat. It's quite funny. But Mason Mount will be having his medical today. So I see no reason why that's not announced by, I suppose, the end of this week, at the latest. But surely in the next couple of days. Mason Mount will be in the squad. Well, I believe Manchester United's players are returning to Carrington in 2 phases. The first phase is this week. I don't know which day this week. But the first phase will be the players that didn't have any sort of international commitments. They'll be coming back this week. And then everyone else will be coming back next week. And then that's when the preseason kick starts and the work begins. And you remember how important last preseason was. I still think it was some of the best content I did on United People's TV last year. It was the stuff I was doing during the preseason when we were looking at analysing through the videos and seeing, right, okay, this is how Ten Hag is working. These are the sort of foundations of his system. This is what's going on in training. This is how people are reacting. This preseason will be equally as important. You know full well that I think signing a new goalkeeper before at the start of the new preseason is probably the most significant and important one we can do, because of how much it's going to change how we play. And I will speak about Andre Onana next. But Mason Mount is a signing who, for some people, isn't the right one, right? There's plenty of people that think, I don't particularly feel that 60 million for Mason Mount is a fair, maybe it's a fair price in the context of things, but not really with 1 year left on his deal. But I do genuinely feel that he'll be a very good signing. And this is what Erik Ten Hag thinks about him, right? This is from The Athletic. Saying 5 years on from that game between Vitesse and Ajax back in 2017 when Mason Mount was on loan at Vitesse. 5 years on, Ten Hag wants to bring Mount to Old Trafford because of his technique on the ball, but also, importantly, because of his application off of it. He is seen at United as a modern midfielder capable of carrying out specific tactical instructions and leading the press. And I think that is, for me, he will probably set the tone now, Mason Mount, for United's press. If you look at the player that was setting the tone last season, it was Bruno Fernandes. But I love Bruno. I would rather he had the ability to, I'm not saying don't press, right? But Bruno is a little bit reckless at times. I think he improved a little bit last season, but he certainly was a bit reckless. I'd rather he focused on staying in the right positions at the right time, and Mason Mount can lead that press rather than Bruno Fernandes. So maybe it will take a little bit of that responsibility away from Bruno. Let me open this up here so I don't miss anything, because I think I can see. Oh, man, look at that. Alex, you legend, man. Gifting 5 memberships to kickstart the week. Who are the lucky 5? Let me try and get some names read out here. We've got, oh no, the names it won't show me anymore. Sorry, dude. But big up to you, my friend. There's someone sent a super chat as well. This is mental torture from the Glazers. It's just the Glazers. It's exactly what we thought they would do. Exactly what we thought they would do. Maybe even worse. Legend, Alex. Absolute legend. But your Mason Mount is a, the way I've described Mason Mount to everyone, and just my personal opinion, is I don't think he's the man that transforms this team. But I tell you what, I think he really will make a big difference to Manchester United with the aggressive front press. How we played against Spurs last year. Go back and watch that game. Spurs at home, right? That's the blueprint. That's the game, I think, where Ten Hag will go into the preseason and goes, right, lads, really good season last season. Won the League Cup, finishing the top 4. This is where we need to get towards. This is the aim by the end of preseason. And that game against Spurs will be what game he shows them. Because that's where Fred was the player who really led. And he scored, I think, against Spurs as well. Nicholas, that's a pretty fair way to describe how I feel about Mason Mount. He's a great enabler. I think that's exactly what Mason Mount will do. I think he'll bring others up around him. I think he'll bring the actual general application and energy of the team up a couple of notches. He'll set a standard now that Erik Ten Hag can point towards and say to the other players, that's what I want from you. And if you don't do it, you'll get out of the team. And I trust Erik Ten Hag. Do I think signing a keeper is more important? Yes. Do I think signing a striker is more important? Yes. But at the same time, do I also think that Mason Mount will be a good signing? Yes, I do. And that's because I trust Ten Hag. Matt with a really good question there on Facebook, and we'll move on to speaking about him now, actually. Actually, no, we'll speak about striker first. We're saying, how can we train in preseason when we don't have a goalkeeper? So obviously De Gea, he's not currently a Manchester United player. So he won't be coming back for pre-season. Dean Henderson is recovering from injury and is expected to be sold. Jack Butland, he has left the club and is joined Rangers on a free transfer. Tom Heaton. We've got Tom Heaton there. But just Tom Heaton. Maybe get Matej Kovar there. Obviously, our young keeper who was on loan at Sparta Prague won the league last season. Yeah, we've finally got any keepers. I will speak about keepers next because you can see it on the board there. Kevin Trapp has now been added onto the list. We're up to 71. I don't know how many keepers are on that list now, but we have been linked with a lot of goalkeepers. But as much as Mason Mount is a good signing, he's not really, let's be totally honest, he's not a priority. He never was a priority. That position was never a priority, as much as United went after him first. And this is from The Athletic as well. Look, there's still work to do for the club in the summer window. Not least recruiting that elite level goal scorer and a comfortable distributor between the sticks. Jason McCarthy is Lee Grant still around painting. I had no idea what to call Lee Grant. He was the caterer, the painter, the decorator, the receptionist, car park attendant, anything but the goalkeeper. Did he play once? I think he might have played once. But let's speak about Rasmus Hojlund, because we're seeing separate bids, separate reports of bids from different places and different sources. Of course, you would imagine that the Italian press are privy to more information here around the Rasmus Hojlund situation. But here you've got one report saying Man United have had a 35 million bid rejected for him. Atalanta want at least 45 million. And then a day later, Man United really like Rasmus Hojlund, but Atalanta do not intend to sell for less than 60 million. 45 million, 60 million. Make your mind up. Different reports coming from different places. I'm not covering them as sort of, a bid's been made, until there's someone that I trust, and I think that we should be trusting when it comes to reliability with the news. But Rasmus Hojlund, we've been sniffing around Rasmus Hojlund for a few weeks now. Basically, since the reports first came out that we were pulling away from any sort of Harry Kane bid. That's when the Hojlund stuff came out. That's when the Kolo Muani stuff came out. Oh, look, I think there's even stuff coming out right now. If that's just been said right now, that is absolutely ridiculous timing. 1 second here. Well, maybe it's not. Let's... Right. I think quite a few of you are telling me in the comments there that Fabrizio's just dropped a video on United in which he's said there, United have never made an offer for Rasmus Hojlund. As a club are well aware that the player is unattainable for 35 million euros. Atalanta wants 60 to 70 million, and that might not be even enough right now. So we've got perfect case in point. We've got Atalanta want 45 million. Atalanta want 60 million. Atalanta want 60 to 70 million. Pure guesswork, pure speculation, nothing more than that around Rasmus Hojlund. And this is why United fans get frustrated, because if you allow yourself to get involved in that speculation, then all of a sudden it's going to look like, it's taken ages to do this, that. We haven't put a bid in for him yet. And we see what you're saying down here. Needing a goalkeeper just jumped ahead of everything, says Daz. I think in terms of in like a priority order timeline wise, I would say that a goalkeeper is first now. I would say it was first anyway in terms of when we need that signing in, because of how much of a difference it's going to make to every training drill, every training match that we do, everything in pre-season. It's going to be so different with a different goalkeeper that the players are going to need to have time to get used to it all. Whereas a new goal scorer comes in and boom, we're scoring more goals. Yeah, sure. But the priority for me in time-wise is goalkeeper first. And Hojlund, how much do you actually think is a realistic and fair price for Rasmus Hojlund? Bear in mind, he's 20, he's just broken think his first proper breakthrough season with Atalanta. I think he scored like 9 goals in Serie A last year. It wasn't like mind-blowing numbers. And you've got 3 different price tags here. You've got 35 million bid that's been rejected, but Fabrizio said there's not one that's gone in. But they want 45 million. Hold on, no, they don't. They want 60 million. Hold on, no, they don't. They want 60 to 70 million euros. How much do you think is a jet? Maybe not just how much you think he's worth, but how much you think United could actually realistically get him for without going mad, right? What are you saying down here in the comments? Linton, you're saying 40 million. Kev, you're saying 50. Ant, you're saying 25 million. Sterling, Mo Sadad, you're saying 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 million euros, 45 plus add-ons. 45 seems pretty reasonable. Say reasonable. I mean, it's a lot of dough still, but 40, 45 million seems, especially if you're looking at the fact that we want to sign Andre Onana for 50 million euros. And you're telling me that Rasmus Hojlund has the same monetary value in this summer transfer window as the goalkeeper who just played in the Champions League final and is 27. Good luck with that one, Atalanta. Good luck. I can't blame them, all right? I cannot blame them. If you were Atalanta's president, chairman, whatever, you'd be doing the same thing if a Premier League club, especially United, came in and wanted to sign Hojlund. You'd know that they go, yeah, add 30, 40 million on top of how much we think he's actually genuinely worth. They do that. Of course. It's not a surprise. I'll look at that, man. Tom and Jack, both of you lads, legends, gifting 5 memberships. Who's Jack? Jack, you've gifted 5 too. Isaac, we've got Horrific, we've got Joris. Anthony, you've got 1. And Vuyasile, you've got 1 as well. Big up to both of you, Tom and Jack. And Alex, all gifting 5 memberships each. I personally feel 45 million doesn't seem like an outrageous amount of money for him. But when you compare it to what we're hopefully going to be paying for Onana, and I'll speak about Onana next, does seem quite a lot still. Mo, how you doing, buddy? You're saying we should go for Ivan Toney. Ten Hag loves a target man. Would probably cost 30 to 40 given the ban. Rashi can be the striker until the ban is over. Premier League proven. It's just a risky dude. It's a risky move, dude. Who's to say that something won't come out in the next 3 months, hypothetically, that extends that ban by another 6 months? There's no way that we can go out and try and sign Ivan Toney until that ban is completely done and he's back and he's playing football. All right. Jay with the comment, I never thought I saw here on United. See, I never thought I'd see here on United People's TV. Go for Patrick Bamford from Leeds. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Nope. No, thank you. I don't want to imagine that. I'll put that right next to Jordan Pickford in the transfers I don't want to happen list. Richie saying, Sam, can we get a Skulls mask? Erik has been on there for quite a while, actually. I've got some new masks coming too. But yeah, I've got a Skulls one in the cupboard. I just haven't put him on there yet. Let's speak about Onana, right? He's up there on the only moving list. Oh, the only player on the moving list. And technically, I could put Hojlund in there as well, but we haven't put a bid in for him. I suppose we haven't put a bid in for Onana either, but it seems to be a little bit more formal, right? This is what the suggestion is coming from Sky Sports in Italy. United are proceeding quickly with that pursuit. Inter are expecting that first proposal, 50 million plus bonuses. So Inter Milan wanting around about 50 million euros plus 5 mil bonuses, 55 in total. United wanting to pay 45 plus 5. There's not a massive amount of difference in that price tag. There's not a massive amount. There's significantly less than there was in the Mason Mount situation. Remember when we went in for Mason Mount? It was somewhere between 70 and 80 million that Chelsea wanted for Mount. And we went in with a 40 million bid, which is a massive difference. There really is kind of a minor difference in our valuation of Andre Onana and Inter's. Maybe that's because they signed him on a free. So they're making 100% profit anyway. What else has been said around here? If United, this is Fabrizio saying, if United and Inter agree on that fee, Onana, he's up for that move. And I can't explain enough how excited I am for us signing a goalkeeper like this. It is the blocker for Ten Hag's build-up and how Man United play in our own half. Players like Mason Mount will help Manchester United from going forward, from a pressing perspective, from an overall team energy perspective. He'll bring something that just Christian Eriksen cannot bring to this team. As good as Christian Eriksen is, there is the fundamental physical aspects that he can't really compete with. But let's find out, right? Soon. This bid's going to go in soon. We've been hearing that for a long old time now. Well, I say a long old time. A few days since last week. Let's see it. It's now past the 1st of July. The credit revolving facility has been paid off to the tune of £160 million. So there is plenty of money there on the credit card that we can spend. I can't wait. However, and I'm gonna have to bring a however to this conversation. Maybe it won't be Onana. And that's a conversation we're gonna have now. Martin, you just joined as a member. Nice to see you there joining, dude. See down here. I think we need to get another gong out. 1 second there. I think somebody just gifted a membership, but where is that name gone? I think I saw someone gifted a membership. If I did, the name's disappeared from here. I apologize about that. I think someone's saying it was Anthony. If it was Anthony cared, big up to you, my friend. Everyone's telling me to give you a gong for Anthony, so I'm trusting the community. All right, big up to you. However, Onana, and that's why Kevin Trapp's name is down there, right? Marcel van der Kraan, he writes for the Telegraph, the Dutch newspaper, and he was speaking about Manchester United's pursuit of Feyenoord's goalkeeper, which I've been told by you in the comments is Justin Balo. Is that how to pronounce his name? I'm going to call him Justin. Justin seems pretty safe. He's saying that Manchester, Ten Hag and United are sort of playing chess because we don't quite know how much money we've got to spend. Still, we don't. The big changer in our budget this summer is how much we sell. We know that, right? Anthony, you're telling me that it's Bilo. All right, okay, I'm going to call him Bilo. But Kevin Trapp, a cheaper alternative. And that is what is being reported around Feyenoord's goalkeeper. Of course, would he be a more suitable goalkeeper to Ten Hag's style of play? Yes, he would. Right? But it's a cheaper alternative to Andre Onana. And that's the truth. He would be an upgrade, yes, but he wouldn't be the same level of upgrade as Andre Onana. Let's see what the Athletic are saying here over, and what they said at the weekend over Justin Bilo. United are turning attention to their next signing. FFP regulations are playing a part in United's options as executives work to a net spend of 100 mil. Maybe I could do a video on that. If we're working to a net spend, would you like to see that today? That could be quite an interesting video because I've done my dream and my perfect summer window. I've done what I consider Ten Hag's plan. But if that really is the actual plan, that United's executives, they've got a whiteboard in there saying, right, our net spend's 100 mil. How can we get what we need this summer? I reckon that could be quite an interesting one. But yeah, what else are we saying down there? As it stands, United are prioritising that centre forward. We know Rasmus Hojlund. Prospect of signing a striker is why face-to-face talks with De Gea are planned once he returns to England. Should United sign a striker, costs might not allow. And that's not really a question, is it? Should United sign a striker? Like we need a striker this summer. It's not a case of maybe we'll get one, maybe we won't. Already we were short of strikers last year. And now Weghorst is left on loan, and he wasn't scoring goals anyway. Martial is Martial and can't be relied on realistically for more than probably 33% of the season. Anything more than that is a surprise. And Marcus Rashford, his best performance, he scored 30 goals, yes, but his best performances and most of the goals came from that left wing. We need a striker. Daz, I agree with you. We need two strikers realistically. Bully, you just gifted 5 memberships as well, man. What heroes. You're all iconic. And I tell you what, all of you are helping make stuff like this happen with the raffles and the work that's going into the website and the what else am I doing? The software. Software's getting delayed quite a bit, I'll be honest, because I'm just mega busy covering all the content. And now I'm even busier because Elon Musk has ruined TweetDeck. Thank you so much. Quite a few of you are mentioning Mason Greenwood in the comments. And I know I've seen the pictures of him, what is it, in another training session. I'm not speaking about anything to do with Mason Greenwood until there is a statement from Manchester United. And I would ask you and encourage you in the comments to do the exact same. Right? No point to I'm not speculating about anything. You know what I've said about my opinion on him, and I've said that a million times, and that's never going to change. All right, but we're waiting to hear for something official, and I won't speculate. He's not the sort of player and not the sort of situation to speculate. Seriously, anybody who wants to do that, yeah, you're in the wrong place for that because you'll never get that here. Something else I want to move on and talk about is Garnacho and the number 7 shirt. Because, right, look at this. If Garnacho, the reason Garnacho's got that cake there, first of all, it was his 19th birthday the weekend. So happy birthday to Alejandro Garnacho. And second of all, he's got the number 7 on there because he's just hit 7 million followers on Instagram. But I tell you what, this is what Garnacho put on his Instagram story as well. 7 million followers. Thank you very much. If Garnacho doesn't get the number 7 shirt, man, he's pushing this number 7 prop hard. You ever seen anybody do like a celebration for? Maybe they have. I suppose it was his birthday party anyway, and he was just celebrating the 7 million followers at the same time. But he is pushing it. He is pushing it hard. I'll be surprised if he didn't get it at this point, given how much he's sort of feeding the hype. Tim, you're saying he's gagging for the number 7 shirt, and yeah, Matt, I'm the same as you, Matt. Right? So the number 7 shirt, and I've said this a few times, right? Number 7 shirt for me, it doesn't mean much anymore, not compared to what it used to. But I tell you what, to Garnacho, of course, who Ronaldo was his idol, that would mean so much to him personally. And that comes a long way, like actually wanting the shirt for the right reasons to put your own stamp and legacy on the same shirt that Ronaldo made his own legacy in at Manchester United. I think you need to have a certain amount of ego, swagger, and confidence to wear the number 7 shirt because of who's worn it previously. That weight was too heavy for Antonio Valencia. Memphis Depay never lived up to it. Michael Owen stole it. There's only a few players that really have lived up to it. Obviously, Beckham, Best, Ronaldo, Cantona, some others too. But they're the big ones. Garnacho strikes me as the right mentality, the right character to wear that shirt. I think he'd do it justice. But yeah, he's there at his birthday party, celebrating not only turning 19, but the fact that he has just reached 7 million followers on Instagram, and also, in my opinion, celebrating the fact that at some point soon he's going to get announced as new number 7 at Manchester United. Brian Robson, of course, you reminded me down there in the comments. As I said, there have been some serious icons of our club that have worn that shirt. And maybe Garnacho will be the next one. In a few years down the line, we're going to be like, he nailed it. Unlike his Argentinian compatriot, a certain Angel Di Maria. But go back to the main talking points. I imagine it's just going to be out of nowhere, right? I've been more interested in what the business reporters have been reporting on it for the last few weeks. Obviously, Reuters and everything that happened there, and Bloomberg as well. I've been more focused on them because I feel like it's going to come from that side more than it's going to come from the football side of things first. We need it done. We've been told that Sheikh Jassim has been preparing those transactional documents so that when it's done, that it can go through quick. I don't know how quick it's going to go through. I think there's going to be quite an extensive, fit and proper owners test by the Premier League on both of them. There's a lot of things they're going to have to tick through, and if Jim Ratcliffe wins, there's going to be complications behind what happens to those other minority shareholders who hold Class A's stocks. And I think there's going to be a more stringent fit and proper owners test if it's Sheikh Jassim. We see what you're saying in the comments down there. You're talking about Garnacho. Passion earns that number, says Ads. No, quality. Players' quality and ability to not only put that shirt on, but wear that shirt properly. That's the reason you should get the number 7 shirt, Manchester United. And for some fans, Garnacho's a little bit too young to get that just yet. I don't know. He strikes me. If I'm looking at this squad, I'm not. Is there? If it's not Garnacho as Manchester United's next number 7, who stands out for you as an actual ideal candidate? Is it someone that we haven't signed yet? But then I know for a lot of people, giving the number 7 shirt to a new. Did Sanchez get number 7 when he signed? I can't remember. Kind of think he did. Was he number 7? Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, he was number 7. I thought I wasn't going mad, and he certainly didn't live up to it. Matt, you just gifted 5 memberships as well, man. Legend. So many of you today just dropping in and gifting 5. Lots of you are talking about Amrabat. What is being said about Amrabat? Obviously, Amrabat plays for Fiorentina. Decent midfielder. Certainly a real specialist. I would call him a specialist deeper line playmaker. Like more like a proper number 6 rather than an all-round midfielder. I'm not really seeing much anyway about Amrabat. I personally feel like he's going to be going to Barcelona. That's what I felt a few weeks ago. But again, not really seen. Maybe I've got added Amrabat onto the board there. I don't think he's on there. Is he? Yes, he is. He's already on the board. Maybe I need to update that board. As it stands today, the main news is this man's at Carrington. He'll be undergoing his medical today. Hopefully, we'll get an announcement. Maybe even later today. Maybe tomorrow. Sod knows. Chris, you're saying, what about Ollie Watkins? I think I could see Ollie Watkins genuinely being a good signing. However, not for the price that Aston Villa would charge, given that they don't want to sell him. Ollie Watkins, you probably have to spend like north of 50 mil to try and sign him. And I don't think that's worth it. I also don't think that's how much Rasmus Hojlund is worth either. Everyone is just expensive these days. It's the way that modern football's gone. Certainly the Premier League. There's so much money in the Premier League now. But Mason Mount, that will be getting announced today. Then we move on and we talk about Hojlund. And we all hope that a bid's going to go in for Hojlund and that we're actually going to start really moving for him. Fabrizio Romano saying, look, everything you're seeing everywhere, nah, man, United have not put a bid in for Rasmus Hojlund, which is exactly the way that I've been interpreting the news. Let's find out if we actually do it this week. And the same thing goes for Andre Onana. He's been sat there on the old moving, a bid imminent on the moving column for a few days now, but the bid is still not in. Daisy, you're saying the lads are arriving at Carrington as we speak. I don't know whether the squad was due back today. As I said, I know that the squad is due back in 2 parts. The first part is going to be this week, and they are the players that weren't on international duty. Look at that. We've got Cobby. Oh, look. Yeah, look, some of the photos are out now. Let's have a look. Let's bring some of these bad boys up. Don't know why I've got the wedding song on my head. Probably without the hair. You got Martinez there arriving. Dean Henderson. We already knew that both of those were at Carrington this week. We've got Anthony. He's back in the business. And we have got Donny van der Beek, who looks particularly like, hello, darkness, my old friend. Sorry, Donny. It's not funny. It's kind of funny. Does look a bit sad, though. Maybe he's just hungover. I don't know. They're all back. Who else is back at Carrington? So, look, got John Murto there. No one else there. Well, maybe we'll get some photos and videos from training today. We'll find out. But the players are back. I feel bad for doing that now, about Donny. He needs to get a move, man. He needs to get a move away. For his career, he needs that move. He's not going to get that United. He's not going to get that breakthrough United. Look, can I say quickly before we finish, you fire in your questions. There's one there from Jack that I'll read out in a second. But if you can, please drop a like on the video. This is United People's TV. It is what I would consider the best Manchester United community. Every single day we're here, Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. with live shows, plus the recorded shows in the afternoon, plus the Telegram community, plus the website that's been, plus there's loads. There's loads. But Jack, you're saying, do you think the 120 million reported budget is true? They said the same last year. I think it kind of is because of last year, because of the fact that we've lost over 200 million as a business in the last 3 years. All of these, therefore, will pile up and create an impact on how much we can spend. Let's get sad Donny off the screen there. Let's just get Martinez up there. Everyone likes Martinez, right? Carl, you're saying worst number 7's got to be Di Maria. Yeah, it was. Alexis Sanchez, I think he can have something to say about that as well. Matt, you're saying, do you think we have to sell players before we can afford to buy a striker? No, we don't. Because you can spend it on the credit card and you can pay that off when you do sell players. It's about having the confidence of selling players. I think that's the issue. I think if Manchester United had utter confidence that we could and would sell Martial, McTominay, who else? Dean Henderson, quite a few of them, then we could just spend the money up front. But I think we've got a bit of a fear that we might not be able to, which is stopping us probably from going after more than... Oh, man. Fred, you're saying if Fred's another one, he's getting linked with a 20 million move to Fulham. Okay. I don't know. I feel like Fred could be a good squad player next year, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe McTominay is more likely to be a squad player next year. Maybe. What else are you saying down here? Got a question there. Do you see Mason Mount in the number 10 position and Bruno in the number 8 in a 4-2-3-1? No, I see us playing in fact, that's what my video will be today, because I've spoken about what I think is going to be Ten Hag's new formation next year because of us signing Mason Mount, because of the profiles of the players we're looking at signing. And there'll be a few subtle differences, but I think it'll be Mount and Fernandes working alongside each other as 2 number 8s rather than one being further forward than the other. I think it'll be a slight difference. Alex, you're saying, Sam, I reckon Van der Beek could be your new Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and proving me wrong. Hey, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I'll eat plenty of humble pie if Donny van der Beek all of a sudden turns into maybe the Van der Beek that we hope that he could be. And maybe, again, when you're looking at the formation, what I've just explained there with 2 number 8s, there's a lot more opportunity for him to play there. Because effectively, the only way that Donny was going to get... Let's get sad Donny up again. The only way that Donny van der Beek was going to be getting minutes at Manchester United up until this point was basically, in his preferred position, was basically when Bruno Fernandes came off. And he never came off. He played like every game. So he anytime he played, he just kind of got shoehorned into different positions. Maybe if just thinking out loud here, maybe if he does stay and we play with 2 number 8s, maybe there's more of an opportunity for him to play in the pretty much that exact role he played at Ajax. That player to arrive on the edge of the box late. That player who sort of kind of played in between the lines, the half spaces. She's never really been able to do it, Manchester United. 3 goal, you're saying, where's our cover for Casemiro? As it stands, we do not have that. It's a position that we need to strengthen. But we need to strengthen a striker and a goalkeeper before we sign that position. So maybe we won't have the money for it. Flash 5 Fletch, you're saying Donny van der Beek and Christian Eriksen as the backup number 8s. It's not too bad at all. On paper, when you say it like that, it's not bad at all. Sorry, Donny, I don't mean to bully you. Kobbie Mainoo, he's also turned up. Where is he? I can't wait for this lad this year. He really is good. Garnacho, last season was the breakthrough season for Garnacho, right? This season is the breakthrough season for Kobbie Mainoo. Now, maybe you could say that Kobbie Mainoo would be a slight alternative to Casemiro, but not really. Although at the age of 18, truth be told, your position is not fixed, right? Your position's not fixed. He has the quality and the physical capability of playing in like a number 6, number 8, and a little bit further forward, probably more naturally suited to playing in his own half. Maybe it's going to be Mainoo who comes in and Ten Hag says, look, learn from the absolute best in Casemiro. I'm not saying be that number 6, but learn exactly from him where to operate, what positions to take up, when to drop, when to go forward, when to be aggressive, and when to stay back. Maybe that's what would happen. Tumwan, you're saying, I'm not convinced yet by Mainoo. Probably haven't watched enough of him at younger levels. He is a very good baller. He is. He's a very good all-round midfielder who's sort of, I always said that there's certain players in the academy sides who just look out of place because of the quality they have. Garnacho last year in the FA Youth Cup, well, we saw how out of place he was. He burst straight through into the first team. Mainoo stood out mainly because of his qualities on the ball. He's just supremely confident on the ball. That's what made him stand out for all the right reasons, not standing up for the wrong reasons, right? What else are you saying, Dan? I enjoy your questions at the end of the show. Let's have a look up here. Why let James Garner leave, says Mickey. I don't personally feel that's something that's really damaged Manchester United. If I'm being totally honest. I think at the time I found it a bit strange. 15 million, you might say, was a fair and decent amount to get for James Garner. I'm not particularly upset now that I can look back on it that he left. All right. David, you're saying a lot of our youth do not seem to be at the level we all put them on. Look at how much we sell them for in the end. Mate, the gap between youth team and first team is ridiculous. It's why the loan spells are so needed. Ahmad coming back. Can't wait to see him coming back. But yeah, I think today's video, because we're back at preseason, we've got to start talking about the football. Today, I think I might do my video on what I feel is going to be version 2 of Ten Hag's football. Switching slightly away from the 4-2-3-1 that we've grown used to and going more towards a 4-3-3 with 2 number 8s instead of 2 central midfielders. Instead of 2 deeper line central midfielders, it's 2 more aggressive pressing central midfielders and a slight tweak. That's going to be my main video for today. I hopefully will be back here later on with the official announcement of Mason Mount, maybe his first interview. That'll be cool. I'll run through all of that. That's the latest on Hojlund. No bid's gone in for Hojlund yet, right? No matter what anybody's saying. That's just speculative. And try not to feed the speculation because it will just piss United fans off. It'll just make them angry. But we should be getting that bid in. Fabrizio Romano saying that Atalanta wants 60 to 70 million. They're not going to get that, man. They're not going to get that. And Onana, you're up there with bid imminent. How about you get it in? Come on. And if we're not going to be going after Onana, could we be going after Balo from Feyenoord as a cheaper alternative if the budget's only 100 mil? Lots and lots and lots and lots of questions. Of course, with the takeover too. Not many answers so far. We're just going to have to wait and find out. Take it easy, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend, by the way. Let's kick on this week.